Hi everyone, hi my dear Aquarius, welcome to my channel. My name is Liza, and in this video I'm going to give you my monthly tarot forecast and advice, and this forecast is for the months of May 2022. Things you need to know, things you need to consider for the months of May, how this whole month is going to go for you, and how the beginning of the month will be, the middle and the ending of the month. And I'm going to use three different tarot decks, those ones, so it's starter off rider deck, to give you my forecast and advice. And I'm gonna pull two cards from each of the deck to make this forecast as accurate as possible. Okay, we will start with the rider tarot deck, and I'm picking two cards from this deck. Let's see. Right, we have the Fool, straight major arcana number, like we have 0 or 22nd energy. The Fool, interesting start. Let's see another one. Again, major arcana, the High Priestess. I'm shocked. That's an interesting beginning for you, my dear Aquarius. I already want to see other cards. I already want to see what else is there, because it's an interesting beginning. But let's pause for a second here. Let's talk about what else, what we have here. So the Fool, the major arcana number 0, why 0 or 22nd energy? Because everything starts with the Fool and everything finishes and wraps up with the Fool. So this is the month for you, my dear Aquarius, where you will potentially end some things and at the same time start something new. Maybe you end your studies and you start a job straight away in May. Maybe you break up with one partner and you move to another relationships. I'm just trying to come up with some examples. So it's something that you are wrapping up, you're ending something, one stage in your life, and you start another one. Maybe you are leaving your city and you're moving to another city, and you're letting your old life go at that previous city and starting a new life in this new city. So it's a great month for new beginnings, and it's a great month to wrap something and start something at the same time. It's a good month for traveling in general. It's a good month for adventures, going, exploring different places, different neighborhoods, going somewhere, and being active in just like, not in terms of adventures and traveling, but being active in all your actions, in whatever you do, in all spheres of your life, health, relationships, career, business, so all spheres. So be more active. What's important with the Fool, that he is also, it's the key word here is freedom, having this feeling of freedom. So have it. So if you don't have it right now, if you feel like something or somebody is limiting you right now, maybe it's your work, maybe it's your partner who limits you and doesn't let you go somewhere and do these things. Maybe there are people who limit you. You want to share your thoughts, your opinion, but you cannot do that because you are afraid of other people's opinions, whatever they're gonna say, whatever they will talk about you, how you will feel about that. So don't care about that. This is the time, this is the month to feel free, to find this freedom. It's time to enjoy it. So if you don't feel free in your actions, in your movements, maybe it's your job, maybe you've been working offline in the office for a long period of time, but you want to have a remote job. You truly want to have this mobility and being able to work from any place in the world. I want you to think about that. Maybe it's time to change your job. Maybe it's time to find a remote job. So I want you to have this flexibility. I want you to have this feeling of freedom in your life, in whatever you do, in whatever you say, in your actions, in your thoughts, in any conversations. That's very important for you, my dear Aquarius, for the month of May. It can be you who limit yourself and limit your freedom. Maybe you have some limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs, they don't let you go forward, they don't let you to move forward and start something new, start new projects, express yourself. Maybe it's you who limit yourself, so look at that as well. Maybe It's not outside factors. We tend to blame other people. We tend to blame other things, events which are happening in our life, but we are not always putting enough attention to ourselves. Maybe it's you who limit yourself in whatever you do in life. So that's also important to pay attention to. So freedom and new stages, new beginnings of your life, and wrapping up stuff. So don't forget to finish something in order to start something. If you want to start something new in your lives this month in May, I want you to wrap up something before you start anything new. The High Priestess. Major Arcana again, as I told you, the High Priestess, she is all about listening to yourself. She is all about this connection with yourself. How do you feel? What are your true emotions, your true desires? And she's all about intuition. So what is intuition? Intuition is when you have some kind of tips and advice how to do the things at this present moment, which are not supported by any logic, by any facts. You cannot prove it. It's just like, it just come to you. That's it. Like, you cannot do anything with that. It's at this present moment, not a day or week later. At this present moment, you do something, and it like it's up in your mind. Like, you just suddenly got this idea, and you got just this thought or tip or advice, whatever it could be. So I want you to listen to your inner gut. That's very important. Your feelings, your emotions. I want you to turn off your brain. And even the fool, it's kind of a reminder for you. He's a fool. He doesn't care about anything. He's so spontaneous. Also, it's a good month to be more spontaneous in all your choices and decisions. And the same idea with the fool, with the High Priestess, that just do not overcomplicate things. How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel you want to do that? Do that. If you don't feel that you want to do that, don't do that. Do not use logic. This month, even with the Fool says so, this month it's not about logic. Let things go the way they go, and listen to this inner gut, listen to this intuition. If you have this kind of feelings that you shouldn't do something, don't do it. You don't have any supporting facts for this feeling, that's the whole month's about that. The intuition is not about facts. It's not about any supporting information or logic. Then just don't do it. If you have this kind of a weird feeling about your partner, maybe at work, business partner, something is bothering you, don't really know what, but you just don't feel comfortable working with this person, don't work. Do not work. So just pay attention and listen to yourself. It's a good month. Also, she has this kind of a paper and books here, so it's a good month to educate yourself, just learning more about yourself. It's not really about education, like learning some new skills and taking some online courses. It's mostly about personal growth, personal development, finding your true self, staying more connected with your true self. That's why meditations can help you a lot during this month. But like, focus on that. It's a great month for you to grow in terms of your personality, like personal growth and personal development, and listen to yourself more. I want to emphasize this. Do not use logic. Stop using logic. That's important. Let's see the Marcel Tarot deck. What do we have here? Oops. We have 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands. Marcel deck, that's pretty straightforward. If it's 8 of Wands, you will just see 8 of Wands. And another one. Okay. We have Knight of Swords. That's how it looks. It's more straightforward. So 8 of Wands. I want to find for you how 8 of Wands look this in this Rider Tarot deck, because it's more it's more straightforward for you. So I just want you also always to see the visual, so you kind of understand like emotions, feelings, because cards, they're all about energy, they're all about feelings. So I want you to see it and experience this card as well. So 8 of Wands. I know 8 of Wands, I hear it's also just 8 of Wands, but you get a little bit of energy here. So 8 of Wands, in a Rider Tarot deck, you can see that they are flying in your direction. So there will be some potential dangerous situations, some dangerous events, some of the trouble, some of the things, especially at the middle of the month. I want you to be less active. So if you want to do all the actions, do them at the beginning of the month, but the less active you are, the less you go somewhere, the less troubles, the less troubles you will get, and the less problems you will get, because all those 8 of Wands are all potential dangers, the potential dangers which are flying in your directions, and they can literally drop on your head. So I want you to avoid that, and I want you to be just very steady in your actions. Take it easy, take it step by step. Do not overcomplicate and do not overreact. That's very important, because the more active you are, there is a higher chance of getting into trouble. What is interesting here, because we got Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is the completely opposite. He actually goes and he does the things, and he is very active. He is going and doing the things, but it may be like, because Knight of Swords is mostly how you feel, right? We have a person here, so it looks like you may feel like you want to be active, you want to have this speed, you want to go somewhere and do these things, but it looks like that. Let's imagine it. So you run, and this horse, you're running somewhere, and you have this 8 of Wands flying in your direction at the same time. So lots of potential risks. So if you are active, it looks like you want to be active, my dear Aquarius. And it's good to be active, because Knight of Swords, when he sees the goal, he can achieve everything. So if you want to be active, if you actually want to go outside, if you're ready for some negative consequences, if you're ready to face the danger, if you're ready for that, if you're ready to sacrifice some of these things, go for it. But what's important is that you need to have a clear vision. Where do you go? What is your end result? What is your goal? It should worth it, because if it's not worth it, it's going to be a huge disaster for you. You will feel lots of pain. You will be very upset about it, that you actually went to do something but you didn't get the result you wanted to get. And why did I do that? Why I even tried to do that? I'm so stupid, I didn't think about that. I want you to think before going outside. Is it worth it? Is it like worth all of like losing some of the things? Is it worth of losing maybe even some people? Is it worth of losing maybe your relationships and making all those sacrifices? Is it worth it? That's kind of important question. I want you to ask yourself before you go outside, before you actually go and be very active, because you can get into lots of trouble. If it's not worth it, it's gonna be a disaster. Like you will lose lots of things. So I just want you to be careful. I want you to avoid that. If you are 1000% sure that that's what I need to do, if I don't do that, I'm gonna get it even in more trouble in comparison to all those 8 ones. If I don't do that, the consequence is going to be even worse than getting all those 8 ones. So if it is like this, if you know this, you're confident in this, go for it. But with the Knight of Swords, he tends to miss lots of important things. So I want you be prepared that you will miss some of the important things around you. People, meetings, some details. He is not paying enough attention to details, and that can be an issue for you during the whole month of May. Pay attention to details. Pay attention to what other people say. Like, I'm not telling you to do how other people tell you to do and base your actions on what other people say. I just want you to observe. I want you to just be more aware of whatever is going around there. Just gather the information from other people, from all your sources, because there is a high chance of getting into trouble. Listen to yourself. You see that the High Priestess, she's so calm. She is calm and she's so focused. But it looks like it's the beginning of the month. In the middle of the month, you're like ready to act. I listen to myself. That's enough. I need to be active. That's enough of being passive and sitting and doing nothing. But take it easy, please. I want you to be aware of the fact if you are too active, if you run somewhere with like a crazy head, there is a high chance to get into some troubles, okay? Just be aware of that. Last but not least, we have the Eliminated Tarot deck. Let's see, what do we have here? Because this is kind of a mix right now. Let's see. Right, we have Six of Swords. Oh, I'm gonna explain you. And another one. Nine of Wands. So it looks like you will get into troubles, my dear Aquarius. Because Six of Swords, you are living something. You're living some places, you see? You're going from one place to another place. You are letting some things go in your life. So it looks like there's a high chance, I told you, to get into some of the troubles, and there's a high chance of losing something and getting into dangerous situations. So it looks like you will let some things, or you will let some people go. Maybe you will leave your partner, maybe you will leave your job, but something will happen. Not the best feelings, not the best emotions, but you are living your past, so you will experience that. You will have to leave your past, you leave all your past memories and go and move something new. It's a month, it's ending, especially ending of the month. It feels like you will have to let some things and people go and start a new chapter in your life. Moving from one place to another place, it's also about that. But it's also, what is a good month for? It's a good month for to spend your time near the water. We have the water here, like being outside, being in nature. It will be great for you. I don't know, take a boat, go explore the places nearby. That's good side of this card. But in general, it's about letting your past go. So do not get attached to your past. You will have to let some things go in your life and say goodbye to them. Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, we see that you've been through a fight. I told you. So definitely it's Eight of Wands. As the result of Eight of Wands, we have Nine of Wands. So it looks like definitely one of those wands will drop on your head and you will get into some of the troubles. And because you can see in your head you have a bandage. You've been through some of these things. You've been through some of the fights. You've been through some of the conflicts. And you start this month very slowly. You start this month with some major arcanas in general, and then the ending of the month, it's kind of slowly moving and wrapping up something. You're getting into conflicts, kind of conflicts with the people, fights with people, and it's kind of a potentially not an easy and pretty aggressive environment, not an easy environment, not an easy situations to deal with. So it looks like, yeah, you're leaving some people. Maybe you've been in a fight with somebody. Now you're leaving your workplace, or leaving your partner. And he's ready for more things to come. He has been through something and he is ready. What else is there? I'm ready to defend myself. I'm ready to fight. So that's how you may feel at the end of the month, feeling ready to fight and feeling ready to defend yourself. Just be careful, and it's not an easy second half of the month, I'm gonna tell you for sure. But I told you how to avoid all the negative consequences. I told you how to avoid and having less, at least minimizing all your losses. How you can minimize all your losses? It's being less active and less like going somewhere and doing the things. Like none of those cards, as you can see, there are no people. There's nobody here. There's just only about you. So the whole month, it's gonna be about you. So it's not a good month to, let's say, build new relationships. It's not the best month to start new relationships. It's even potentially a month, as we can see, like leaving your partner and breaking up with a partner with some of the relationships. There might be some tension. So just like take it easy. Do not overcomplicate things. That's very important, because you can make it worse. By going somewhere, by doing some actions, you can make it worse. So I want you to be very careful during the whole month of May. Listen to yourself. That's kind of very important this month. So listen, what do you want? How do you feel? That's what you truly want. That's how you truly experience that. Do not take it and use the logic for that. That's very important. Don't rely on some facts. This month it's not about facts. The month is about your heart. How does your heart feel? Like your emotions and your feelings about that. Because you may experience some problems, you may experience some things, not the best ones. So again, in order to minimize all of the losses, I want you to be to be less active in all your actions without going somewhere. It's not the best month to meet new people, as I told you, network. So try to avoid that and take it easy and focus on yourself. That's very important. But that was it for you, my dear Aquarius, for the month of May. Let me know, how do you feel about it? Maybe you have some plans for the month of May. Maybe you're planning something, you know, some of the things which will happen in May. Share in the comments below. Let me know how you feel about this forecast in general, how you feel about the upcoming month. Oh, it's already month of May. How you feel about this month so far. And thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, my dear Aquarius, for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.